and that's how David Blackman ended up doing Sulu, being the main producer for Sulu.
That's bananas.
He was still intern status. You know, but his instinct, his production, David's one of the best producers, you know, period. I don't know, was it you or Cheesy who came first?
Hey, Cheesy, you guys, in fact, you have jumped.
I'm jumping.
Because Makuyu.
You're right. So my good friend who worked at, so at this point, so we're doing some jingles. We're doing, one of the things that we're doing is radio stingers, whatever they're called. And, you know, the little music in between TV, radio shows and your radio ident song, music, and so we got a project from Hope FM. And from that project, I became good friends with the manager of Hope FM at the time. His name was David Makuyu. And we became like really good friends. I mean, I was groomsman at his wedding, and he was at mine. Like, wow. That's how good of friends we became. But then he had this idea to create Kenya's first reality contest show, and so he came to us and we're like, oh man, yeah, we'll do it. So we agreed that we would create would do two things. One, we would create the album for the winner. But number two, we'd also create a compilation album of like the best acts.
Wow.
From the reality show. Okay. So the best act was this incredible singer called Esther Kalunde. And so Esther Kalunde, you know, it was a collaboration with man, what was the thing that David did? You're the one now who knows this history.
I don't even know that. I've forgotten the name of the thing.
Yeah.
But cool. I found them.
Not Talanta. Kipawa.
Oh yes, Kipawa.
Pulled that one from far. So proud of myself. Kipawa talent search.
Wow.
Right? And so Esther Kalunde was that. Then now in the list of people who had kind of made the finals. So we also created a compilation album. I can't remember any of the names on that.
But there's that song. When you wear my baba.
Yeah. And she was
yeah,
she ended up doing some stuff in the industry.
Yeah.
That chick, I can't remember her name. Umuwema.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice song.
So that album, I didn't even know that, because you saw I found these things there.
Yeah.
That whole Kipawa album was the runners-up, or people who were competing within the show.
Exactly.
Got an opportunity.
Yes.
To still record a song. That was brilliant thinking.
Yeah. So everyone, I think of the finalists or whatever, everyone got a song, but Esther got an album.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah, that was cool. That was cool. But that was in collaboration with David and Kipawa.
Yeah. By the time I came, there were albums already at Kijiji.
Yes.
You had the jazz albums,
Aha. Okay. So.
And how does that come across?
Okay. So then in that case, Cheesy was the first man through the doors.
Okay.
Yeah. So Cheesy, Dana Seda, so he wasn't a worship leader, but he was like a song leader at Nairobi Chapel at the time. I think in the youth. Maybe he was leading worship with the youth or something. Can't remember. And I can't remember how we heard about him or how we interacted with him. But I was like, man, this guy can really sing, and I think it married some of the worlds that I was interested in at the time, which was like, I want singing musicians and guys who you can build like elaborate music for, right? So we got Cheesy, we signed him to Kijiji, and then started working on his first album. We worked on that album. Two small side stories in there. So the first one is, when we started recording, we were shocked at how him and Eric sound alike. So then we're like, oh man, we should just get them to do a collab. So and Aaron and I are good friends with Eric at this point. So we called Eric Wainaina, hey dude, come record with him. And so Eric came through to the studio, recorded, and then I remember Sheba, his wife, was coming to pick him up or something or whatever, and we played a trick on her. So we played her Cheesy. I don't know, Sheba, if you remember this. They sounded so alike that we played her Cheesy and told her, man, what do you think about what? She's like, oh man, yeah, Eric sounds great, like, or whatever it was. And then we're like, that's not Eric. She's like, there's no way. Like, that's not Eric. Like, they sound, even if you listen to the song they did together, it's like, it's uncanny how Cheesy adored Eric and literally created his sound around him. Now he sounds different, but then he really sounded like Eric. Then
Kanjii starts saying, you know what would be nice? If Eric could be on this song.
By Eric, we're talking about Eric Wainaina.
Now let me tell you the story of Eric Wainaina.
Eric Wainaina.
Eric Wainaina. Now in that 2 years I've quit music and being a dancer, Eric used to play some gigs at Yaya Center. There used to be a thing they used to do at Yaya on the pathways for walking. There used to be a restaurant, then outside the restaurant, at night they would close. The restaurant would put a band right in the walkways of Yaya, second floor. So I'd been going to watch Eric play there. And I'd bought his album, Sawa Sawa. And I'd listened to that album inside out. Back at some point, I'd put it on the wall. I'd copied the music onto my computer, and then I'd put that album on the wall saying, honestly, to God, this is the best written music in the world. So it was there, and that was a caption.
What?
It was on my wall. So I was watching it. So these guys are talking in the studio. Now, I'm a huge fan of Eric's. Huge. Huge. You can't believe how huge a fan of Eric's I am. These guys are talking and I'm wondering, what are they saying? What are these people talking about? I'm like, anyway, they'll tell me. I go to Campo. 2 days later, they say, come, we want to finish the session tonight. So I show up at the studio at 10 o'clock. Then we're working, we're singing the verses. We're just trying to, the goal that night is to sing all the verses, have it played out, complete the arrangement, and then get ready for release. And then it's now like midnight, we're getting hungry, we hadn't eaten. The doorbell rings. So Kanjii tells me, go get the door.
You know it's food.
No, I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah.
I go downstairs, I walk past the kitchen and I open the door. And manze, it's Eric Wainaina. I remember chips za Kanjii. I could not believe it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm like, hey. And then Eric is a very charming guy because Eric, they've spoken with Kanjii.
Yeah, they've set you up.
They've set this thing up. So when I open the door, I find this dude with Makenchik. And then Sheba is like closing the car or something. And then Eric's at the door and me, I'm just, I'm confused.
You met your idol.
I can't believe. And then Eric stretches out his hand. It's done, right? But I'm collapsing. My name is Eric. I'm like, hey! What's happening? Eric walks in. We eat chipos. He goes up to the studio. Remember that has a bed frame.
Yes.
His studio is still like that. And Eric performs his verse.
For what you were saying.
What you are saying.
So, but then anyway, you know, we finished the project, and then we do a listening party, and you know, we call guys, you know, Kinamos, I can't remember who else, and they come just in the studio, just hanging out in the studio. It wasn't a big studio, so it wasn't that many people. And we did the listening party, and we finished the project, and everyone is quiet. And I was like, at that point, I knew
something's gotta change.
This is not the album for this guy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, thank you guys, you know, and we let it go. But then my mind was like, okay, I don't know what to do with this project then, because we didn't capture something amazing for him. And then, just about this time, walks into the studio a young guy who's either just graduated from Daystar or about to graduate, and this guy is called David Muthami, and aka Blackman. Walks in, and I just remember him like he had a chip on his shoulder and was almost expecting to be rejected, right? And I don't know if it took me back to my days of being rejected, but I think I knew that feeling.
Yeah.
So so he's like, yeah, man, kind of shy. Yeah, man, I do production, I make beats, da. So like, okay, let's go to the studio, let's hear your beats. So I was like, oh, this guy he knows what he's doing. Then I believe, and Cheesy can confirm this, it was that same day. I think Cheesy walks in to the studio, and I go like this is like your audition.
Yes.
You guys make a song. So Cheesy obediently goes into the studio, and they create maybe Sulu, like one of the songs. Yes. I listened to that thing. I was like, this is a kid who's doing Cheesy's album.
Remove everything.
Yeah. Delete. This is a guy doing that project.
Wow.
Kanjii says he's listened to all the songs and he's deleted. Of all the songs he has, he's keeping 3. He's deleted all the others. You have to write new songs like this one. And you're going to work, I've removed you from this other producer. You're now going to work with this producer, David Blackman Muthami.
A.K.A. Blackman, yes.
Now David and I have been yoked together. And we are unbelievers. Men don't like hip-hop.
He doesn't like.
The guy that like any Afro smooth things, attack kusikia.
That day it was called Afroofusion.
Those days was a fusion. He doesn't like that. Now me, I'm coming to this thing with a very heavy soulful singing with an African bass. David is coming to this thing
with hip-hop.
Dark child, hip-hop. We're meeting in the studio. Every damn session is a fight. There's no session we had that was smooth. We fought through the whole record. We fought. He made a track. I was like, your track is nonsense. He's like, I don't care. Come sing nonsense lyrics. I'll just live with them. Then we go. So we actually power through the album like that. We used to fight and then continue working. Then fight, then continue working.
wakati nipeni jamani. Ni mrembo, ni mcheshi, mcha Mungu, mke kati ya wake, penzi lipo la nyuma, mioyo yetu yamejaa, kisha sasa nimeamua, nitatangaza ndiye wangu milele. Mikono nakosa, machoni naona, moyoni nakosa, kinywani nasema, songa songa kando, namuona, ngoja ngoja mambo, nasikia, songa songa kando, namuona, ngoja ngoja mambo, nasikia.
And that's how David Blackman ended up doing Sulu, being the main producer for Sulu.
That's bananas.
He was still intern status. You know, but his instinct, his production, David's one of the best producers, you know, period.
Clean.
His instinct, he makes you feel, you know, and that's very hard to do. You know, people can make beats all day long, but people who make you feel something are special. So he made you feel something.
Yeah.
And was using sounds Aaron wouldn't use. It wasn't piano heavy. It was just different, you know. And even with Aurora, like, hey, by the way, you guys we'll keep working on other things.
Yeah.
And that was Kijiji's first project.
Wow.
That now we ended up releasing, and Sulu. Yeah.
That was an amazing.
It was a good album.
Yeah, it was a good.
Yeah.
And I think I'm still yet to hear another project that sounds like that.
Yeah, it was so unique, man.
Yeah, there's
So unique.
hip hop, Afrofusion. Talk about hip hop, the African sound, singing, all intertwined.
Yeah.
I remember Songa Songa. Hey, that's actually the reason I looked for Kijiji.
Wow.
That and DNGs. But then my question is this two things. Number one, is the Afrofusion sound there?
Yeah, so Afrofusion sound is kind of ish there, and so there's a couple of people who introduced us to Afrofusion, at least to me. One was Samawati sounds through Jomenes.
Oh,
Because that's the first time you hear that, you know, Nyatiti, but it's a pop record. It's not a traditional song.
Yep.
Right? You know, that African Woman was genius. It's such a great song, man. And then this, obviously the second person was Eric Wainaina, right? And Eric softened it for all of us, right?
okay.
So Eric came out with Sawa Sawa first, and that was a smash hit. And so it was introduced us to hearing our music differently. So at this point, so I'm interested in it because, you know, look at the Milele sound, which was very pop. Milele sound was, we were young.
Yeah.
We're trying to reach young people. That's our target. It was pop. But you'd see us every so often just lean
Into your age.
lean into something else, right?
Yeah.
And so Afrofusion is kind of like, so Cheese is that project was an Afrofusion project, the one Aaron and I did.
Oh, I guess.
It was an Afrofusion album, but it just wasn't smacking. And when Davey brought now more of that hip hop mindset and tight beats and but still, and it's still called Around Complete Keys.
Yes.
And whatnot. Then it just created this interesting blend that I think was very, very, very cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it was unique in the urban Afrofusion. It targeted a different audience that hadn't per se been properly spoken to.
For sure.
What about the jazz side?
So
Because that one, there's no, like, that's where I was getting about this.
So for sure, Kijiji Records put out the first Kenyan jazz records. The history of Kenyan music hasn't proved us wrong, and that's how we marketed them anyway. We didn't go very far in our research, but we're like, you do know. I mean,
I get it.
So at least jazz this way. Maybe they were instrumental records, but these were jazz records, right? So in the first, Helen came first. Helen came first.
Zama.